Welcome back everybody to part 2 of the Elder Scrolls 4 Skyblivion hype playthrough. This is a heavily modded Oblivion playthrough, sort of in anticipation of the release of the Skyblivion mod, which hopefully won't be too much longer. I was just looking at their page and they've done some really awesome work. If you look at it, the concept art is awesome. They've got a lot of the terrain down, and it looks very good. And the armor, whoa, they've done a great job reimagining the armor and recreating it using Skyrim's game engine. The plate armor looks like sort of late medieval age plate armor. The gladiator armor looks reminiscent of sort of Roman times gladiatorial armor. Very cool stuff. Anyway, in the last session, we escaped the prison. This is our character, Katrina, or, let's see, what was her name? Karina, that's it. She's a prodigy. She was in prison for pickpocketing. Her father was a knight, a nobleman, in charge of Fort Cedrian, and a tragedy happened. She ended up on her own. She did some pickpocketing, got caught, and here are pop-ups for all the DLC, which came as my Game of the Year edition on Steam. We'll probably do at least one of these to get a stronghold. Okay. And now she's made her escape when the Emperor had to use her cell to make his escape because of a secret door hidden in it. I don't know who hides a secret door in prison cells, but apparently he did. Or one of his predecessors. Anyway, he was killed by assassins. We were asked to bring the Amulet of Kings to a man named Joffrey in Wayne Priory to find, for safekeeping, and then to find the heir. Apparently there's a secret heir to the throne. Okay, I installed a mod that's going to make my skills move up a bit faster, so you're probably already noticing that my skills are moving up a bit faster. It's not going to affect my level too much, because most of the skills I'll be using on a regular basis are minor skills. The reason I did this is that I don't have a whole lot of time for grinding. I found that some of the skills, namely the magic ones, took forever to level up. Anyway. And yeah, I figured I'd try it out. Let me know if the game is too dark with the E and B. I mean, it looks pretty good for me, but I know that YouTube's quality, well, something is lost between what I record and what's uploaded. I think I tried turning up the brightness already a little bit. Let me check and make sure it's stuck. Yeah, I've got it at 60%. I can move it up higher if that'll be helpful. The torches also don't shed as much light as you might expect. It's a bit easier to see, I think, in third person, but this game was not designed for third person combat. don't think we want to edit anything. Now will be the moment of truth. Many of the time that I made it to this point, playing the vanilla Oblivion on the Xbox 360, and realized that the darkness within the sewers had hidden a monstrosity. I don't think that's the case here. I think we look pretty cool. Looks pretty good. Almost as good as Skyrim. Notice not quite as much clutter. And the textures are 2K, so not quite as high as you can get with a good PC on Skyrim. But it still looks pretty good. Pretty modern. We have the great modders from Nexus Farms and the creator of the EMB to thank for this. Oh, terrible. The judging range. There we go. Feel a little bad doing that. Just a little, though. I used to work as a newspaper boy in my teens. I worked for package delivery growing up, so I've had some issues with guard dogs before. I view them very much being similar to wheeled auto turrets guarding people's property. I think there's another bandit around here. I usually clear out this little camp, whether I'm planning on exploring the dungeon or not when I'm playing this game. Yep. Here's the bandit. There's a dog. Now, my damage is going to be terrible. I didn't choose any weapons as my major skill, so they're all seriously underleveled. But particularly with the level or the skill, the faster skill mod, they should move up to snuff pretty quickly. Immortal Blood. It's a good story. It tells a story about a man who goes to sort of a monastery, seeking in, I guess he's sort of like a monk who knows a lot about vampires. And he asks the monk how to hunt down vampires in, I think, Skyrim. the man tells him how to hunt them down, and the hunter leaves for a while. Then he returns and he thanks the monk, telling him that his advice was very useful and that he hunted down and killed vampires in Skyrim. Now he wants to know how to find and hunt down vampires in Valenwood, the land of the Wood Elves. Which, by the way, is where Karina's mother is from. She was a Bosmer mercenary, which is going to explain why, as you'll notice, she is significantly shorter and smaller of frame than other humans in this game. So the monk tells him how to hunt down vampires in Valenwood, which apparently are very much like vampiric mists from games like Dungeons and Dragons. But he manages to catch and kill some of them. Then he returns a third time and asks the monk how to hunt and kill vampires in Cyrodiil, where we are currently, the center of the Empire, the realm of the Imperial humans. And the man tells them that they're very difficult because they are, they look just like normal humans until they've gone a long time. I don't know why I picked up that box. Until they've gone a long time without feeding, in which case they become gaunt and feral looking. Let's see. We're a bit burdened right now, so I think we'll actually go up to the Imperial City, sell some stuff, stop by the prison and see if we can get back any gear that the Imperials might have taken from us when we were arrested. So the hunter goes off hunting the Cyrodiilian vampires.
What is it, citizen?
Ooh, the lamps were added by one of the mods. Haven't seen those before. Of course, Insanity's armor is awesome. At least I'm pretty sure it's Insanity's armor. I actually created a custom mod using everything's closed. It's one of the things I did not care for. They added in Oblivion with the Radiant AI is that you can go around and people will close their shops and you have to wait a long time. While we're waiting, we can loot some of these boxes. We usually have some repair hammers and such in them. So he goes hunting these Cyrodiilian vampires, and after a week or so he returns, discouraged, to the monk and tells him that he was unsuccessful in locating any of them. He's considering giving up his hunt. And the monk tells him that well, he notices that the monk is strained looking, feral, and gaunt. And he flings himself onto the hunter. It turns out that the monk all this time was a Cyrodiilian vampire. He's gone too long without eating. And then the book tells us that the hunter landed neither the first blow nor the last. And that was of note because earlier in the story, he mentions that as long as he knows how to hunt the vampires, he can find them and he can land the first blow. And that's always been enough to let him win. But he wasn't able to do that with the Cyrodiilian vampire.
Be seeing you.
And that story takes on, and this is the story Immortal Blood, that takes on additional significance in the Elder Scrolls games, because in Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls 5, that little hold village called Morthal there's actually a big vampire quest that you can do. And it actually is related to Immortal Blood. Can't remember for sure, but I think you actually encounter the hunter. And I'll leave it at that so that there's still some surprises if you haven't played Oblivion, or at least that part of Oblivion before. So what I like to do is grab a lot of free ingredients from here. Don't usually like to pick up mutton because it's kind of hard to find other ingredients to combine with it. And then you can easily level up your character by moving up your alchemy skill. This gives you easy way to level up your intelligence, which increases your max magicka. So let's take a look. Our alchemy skill is at 30 right now. Looks like we've got 4 skill increases. So if we go into, let me see, our alchemy section. Let's see. Start with some cheese wheel. It's a pretty heavy piece of ingredients. And we got lots of rice. We're gonna make cheese rice soups, which sounds really gross to me. Now, just check and see how many increases we got from making those 2 potions. It's probably gonna be a bit more than normal because of our mod. We've already gotten 2 skill increases. So let's do it again. I mean, I like cheesy rice, but I like a cheesy rice potion, particularly cold. Okay, let's see if that's enough for a level up. It is. Very good. This will stay at the merchants again.
You have my ear, citizen.
How are you today? Well met.
Here.
How can I help? Yes?
So, you can ask them about rumors.
Everyone's talking about the assassination, of course. Here, take my copy of the new Black Horse Courier. Go ahead. Keep it.
It's like their newspaper. It's also some stuff about a guy named the Grey Fox. We'll explore that later. Doesn't really make sense.
I do have
that
a
we know
bed
about it right
available
now.
for 20 gold a night. Would you like to rent it?
20 gold.
Very good. It's up the stairs there. First door on your left. Sleep well. Be seeing you. It's you.
Apparently we got a lot of food. So we'll just grab all this. I heard a rumor that a strange doorway has appeared on a small island in the Nebben Bay. I should investigate. That is the hook for getting you to explore the Shivering Isles, which is the expansion set where you go to the realm of Sheogorath, the god of madness, or the Daedra god. Okay, I got some big increases here. Move up. Now every 2 skills that you move up that are associated with a stat, when you level up you can add 1 point to that attribute. Now, speed, definitely, because we got 5 there. And 5 to agility. Normally I would go with endurance because your hit points are determined by your endurance at each level. And it's not retroactive, so the sooner you have your endurance high, the more hit points you'll have overall in a game. But these other 2 attributes I got +3 in. And I want to do strength because with alchemy and other spells being our main skills, we'll get plenty of opportunities to move that up. And higher strength early on will mean we'll be able to carry more loot and heavier armor, which is going to be, I think, more useful at this point than hit points and fatigue. Okay, dokie. Let's see. It is 11 a.m. Let's pop over to the prison and see if we can retrieve anything of value.
Well met. Well met.
Now, the way I see it, Karina's character is not a malicious criminal, but she's got no love of the Watch because they did not help her father when his fort came under siege. And so while she would not maliciously rob and murder somebody, she also has no qualms about taking stuff that's lying around. And we'll see how her character evolves as we play through the game. I'm planning on playing the Thieves Guild, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and of course the Knights of the Nine. The Knights of the Nine used to be, back when I played this game a lot, my second favorite faction quests line after the Knights of the... there's no way we're getting in there. Not unless we can find a key. You'll have already seen my lockpicking skills in action. And there is no way that I can lockpick a very hard lock. Should repair some of this stuff though. Maybe there's an alternate way in. One thing that bothers me in games is when they give you a lot of junk clutter in loot boxes. That you have to do a lot of looking around, sort of working your way through them in order to avoid picking up worthless junk that's just going to clutter up your inventory. This game has that, and I remember the first Neverwinter Nights game had a lot of it. Like, I remember it got to the point where sometimes when I played the game I wouldn't even bother looting for the first few levels because you just got nothing but junk. And apparently the food is just here for anybody. I'm just gonna eat the mutton because it's heavy and it's not a good early crafting item. Although damage fatigue, I think it can be mixed with rat meat. Yep. Okay. Maybe I will hang on to it. So, nothing of value to be found here. Now, Boris wanted us to head straight over to Waynon Priory. So I think that's what we'll do first. Let's kill some time here until the shop's open.
The best defense. That's me, Morrow Rufus. Light armor. The very best.
Can you tell me about the Imperial City?
Well, if you must have heavy armor, see Vernado. So heavy, so ugly. But it's your choice. We'll see.
Stock him up. So, essentially, each person likes either to be admired, joked with, coerced, or boasted to. When you press start, there are these wedges. You have to tell from looking at their facial expressions which ones they like. It looks like he likes this one.
Sure, that's cute.
And this one. So you want to get the biggest wedge there.
Don't waste your...
And then use
That's
the
pretty
maneuvers of the
far-fetched.
smaller wedge of the others. So I have such a low skill, it's going to be really tough for me to make any
That's
progress
pretty.
here.
I accept. Not
First.
I doubt it.
So,
That's pretty good. No more. Don't
There we
try to manipulate me. I accept. Don't waste your... That's pretty good one. No more. Don't...
I don't particularly care for this.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
didn't really care for the persuasion
Don't waste your
method
That's
in
pretty far.
Morrowind either.
That's pretty... I accept. I have no choice.
Okay.
You're good.
Next out.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
He's just selling junk. So we go over to my inventory and then we haggle. Now I've got pretty low persuasion with him, so I probably won't be able to get a very good deal. We'll start with that. Worked, so we haggle again. Down maybe 2 more. And it worked. We'll try it again. And it worked. It's starting to get a bit more, where I'm selling items at 50% of their original value, so I'm just going to move it down 1 now. Probably start with the cheapest
That's a
items.
fair deal.
Now, he makes a comment like that, it means that you're getting close to where the max that he's willing to pay for it. But we might be able to move it down another 1 or 2.
An excellent bargain.
We do have the mercantile skill as one
An
of
excellent bargain.
our major skills, so...
You've made a good bit of gold.
At least I thought that when he made comments like that, meant you were getting pretty close, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. I think that's it.
Thank you for your... Good.
This food's really weighing us down, though. And these clothes we don't need.
day.
Let's see. If I can remember how to drop the clothes using my controller. There we go. Potion-wise, we have a lot of potions we don't need, so we'll sell those too. Now, there's a couple different potion people, alchemists, and a general store miller. The general store person will probably give us a better price.
The Tiber Septim Hotel is a nice place. It's not cheap, though.
What kind of deal can I make for you today? I have the best prices in town. Why? I'm smart, and you're smart. We know the right people. We get the best deals.
The thing about this character looks kind of piggish. I think it's the complexion.
Anyone looking for work should consider the Fighters Guild. I hear they're always looking for recruits. I'm listening.
Okay, looks like he likes being coerced. And jokers.
Not bad. No more. Not now. Yeah, right. Don't wait. That's pretty. Good one. No more. You're frightening me. What? That's pretty fun. Yeah, I get it. Let's do business.
Let's see if he'll pay 49. Sweet. He well sells. For sure, a little more.
You got a great deal there. That's a fair deal.
It's hard to tell exactly how much they're willing to pay because it's based off of your personality stat, your skill, and possibly other things as well.
That's more than I'd usually pay.
Okay, I think that's pretty close. Our skill did just move up again, which makes it so that we can barter for even better deals now.
That's more than I'd usually... I can't do that.
Okay. When you do that, not only does he not buy it, but it also makes it so that his disposition towards you is lowered, making it a bit harder to sell. So, usually it's a good idea to lower it a few points when they refuse.
That seems a fair price. That's more than I'd usually pay. Tell your... Goodbye.
Now, well, let's take a quick look at the assassination note. So, Uriel Septon VII is dead at the age of 87. He ruled Tamriel for 65 years and was killed by assassins unknown. At the same time, in separate locations, his 3 sons and heirs were killed. They were all around the age of 50. The investigation is going on by the Elder Council, the Imperial Guards, and the Blades. They've forbidden public reports and rumors concerning the event until former notice. Okay, it tells us then that the Elder Council rules the Empire when there's no Emperor and no direct heirs. Councillor Akato, who's a high elf, is speaking currently for the Council. He urges people to stay calm. The Emperor's early reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The Empress Carla Vora bore him 3 healthy sons and was a loving companion to the Emperor. However, the Empire suffered greatly during the Imperial simulacrum during the Third Era, around 399 AD, lasted for 10 years, where the Emperor was held captive in Oblivion, while the usurper, Jagar Tharn, assumed his appearance and ruled in his stead. Now, Jagar Tharn was one of the Nightingales. If you've played the Thieves Guild in Skyrim, you'll know who those are. He was one of the first. Okay. He was eventually defeated, and the Emperor was restored to the throne. This was actually done in one of the earlier games. I'm not sure which one. It might have been Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall? I'm just not sure. I haven't played the earlier ones. Let's see. Then afterwards, there was again a time of peace and prosperity. Let's see. The Emperor's reign was seen as a flourishing time for imperial influence in the provinces, with a fortunate resolution of the religious wars and the Vardenfall crisis. That is the events of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. The Emperor's murder and that of his sons is a terrible crime and a tragedy for the Empire. Battle Mage Akato assures us that the resources of the Empire are being put to use, are being employed to bring the assassins to justice. In the meantime, he wants us to keep the Emperor in our loving memory. Okay.
Hi, please.
What
kind of deal? Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
There you are.
That's a fair deal.
Might as well move up his favor. Give him that for free. I think that's it.
Tell you. Goodbye.
No, I want to
Please,
dump off all
come
this
again.
food because I'm not going to be a walking grocery store. But
Hello there.
I can't remember off the top of my head where there is a place other than one of those strongholds where you can store stuff without it disappearing. So we will probably want to get one of these strongholds pretty soon. We'll do that after we go to Joffrey. So let's actually fast travel over to this end of the Imperial City. There we go. Ah. We'll head on out. Although, actually, let me go back there. Let's get some spells.
Pretty soon, got nothing to eat.
What is it?
Edgar Vatrine, you don't want the very best. You want cheap. And I got cheap.
What can you tell me about the Imperial City, Edgar?
You want to buy or sell, the city is great. You want free? Go down the holes, kill some monsters, sell your loot back in the city.
You heard any rumors?
We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. We have no Emperor and no heir. That's never happened before. I suppose we should all be worried. Yes?
Let's talk about a bit. Let's see. Happy, not happy, not happy.
Was that supposed to be a compliment? That's really funny.
Not
I won't
that
fight
happy.
you. You're full of it.
That did not make much progress.
I can't. That's a bit excessive, don't you think? I won't fight. Don't be. That's really funny. Oh, you've got that's a bit. Don't make me laugh. Don't be. That's. I won't fight you.
There we go.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
You've got Absorb Luck, which is pretty worthless. Absorb different stats for a short amount of time. Not too useful. You can also look over here at the amount of power magic that it costs, and we can see that most of these things we are not going to be able to cast. Blink is really nice, short-range teleportation, we're definitely going to want that eventually, but right now we don't have the level of mysticism needed. We're not bothering with Conjuration or Destruction this playthrough, because I did that last time. We do want this. Can't cast that. Don't really care too much about that. That would be nice. Let's see. That would be nice. That could come in handy. That would come in handy, and then with that, this one would be more useful than that one. It doesn't last quite as long, but it speeds up your swimming as well. We've already got it pretty low. I wonder if he'll even accept this. Let's try that. We'll start with the ease burden. That'll let us carry more loot. Ooh, we do not have much gold. So I think we're only going to be able to forward maybe one of these spells. I'm not planning on going in the water right now. So it comes to Protect Life, Fortify Magicka, or Ease Burden. I think Ease Burden is going to be the most useful. I was hoping for a Night Eye spell, but it doesn't seem to
Thank you.
it.
Be seeing you.
Oops. Also hoping for a Heal Wounds spell. It looks like I got a few spells though. Maybe I got them based off of picking the skills? I did not know you got that. Let's assign them to Heroes and that. Protect that. Use burden to this one. And light. I'm not sure how good 25 feet is going to be, but we can try next time we're in a dungeon. Yeah, I definitely must have gotten those as a result of picking those skills when I chose my class. Okay, now we'll start out. Now you'll probably notice that even though I'm playing with an ENB, I do not like, what is it called, depths of field. The blurriness, particularly when you're moving, makes me kind of motion sick, so I disable that. The disadvantage to that is that you can see, you know, on distant fields that the grass hasn't loaded in yet. But I'm okay with that. So we're heading west to Coral. So some of the new farm animals. These are installed by, added by Martigan's Monster Mod. They look pretty realistic, I mean, for a video game. At least I think so. I don't play many farm simulators, to be honest. Yeah, the game looks so good. I haven't played Skyrim on the computer yet, so I'm not sure quite how good it gets. It could be that, you know, I'm like, oh, this is so awesome, and it's really laughably primitive compared to Skyrim. I just don't know. But compared to the console Skyrim, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna kite this guy.
You move like a pregnant cow.
Ooh. That was low. So meat shield. Whoa, you almost killed me. Let's see. This is worth a good bit of money. Fur Caress is 2 armor. Let's see. Leather Caress is 2 armor. No, the Fur Caress doesn't have quite as much endurance. Fur Greaves, 1 armor. Compared to Iron Greaves, which are 2. So maybe the Fur Caress. Take a look, see what it looks like. Snapping Fingers casting animation. I think it's a mod called Snapping Fingers Casting or something like that. You can find on Nexus. So, wow. Level up the restoration skill a lot faster. Used to be such a pain to level up restoration. Such a pain. Anyway, this is cool. I don't like it as much. It's a little more barbarian-like. Whoa. As I said before, the difficulty has been increased somewhat. distance from.
Today! You die! This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death!
Just run away. Run away. Yeah. The Mardigan's Monster mod adds new types of enemies, like those ones. And then in addition, the Supreme Magicka mod adds a, makes magic a lot more powerful. Now we might be able to win this fight. We have a, member of the Watch helping us. And we did.
What do you need? Emperors have been assassinated before, but this time, I don't know. It's different. Can't you feel it? A shadow has fallen across all of Tamriel.
So, this Mardigan's Monster mod also makes region-specific soldier patrols. So instead of them just all being legionnaires, now we have Colovian soldiers, we'll have Nubian Bay soldiers, and so on. And, whoa, we really needed that guy's help. Yeah, we definitely need to get some spells that will protect us against magic. Until we can get our weapon skills up high enough that we can take them down faster. Being attacked by a rat. Another one up there. Chicken. This is a new one. The hitbox for these things seems a bit smaller than normal rats. Let's take a look at how our skills are progressing. Restoration has moved up a lot. Blade is also moving up pretty quick. It's almost to where it would be starting if we were... So I think there's trouble up ahead.
Your money or your life?
No, take it from me if you can. Please, I don't have any money. I feel like, particularly given her history with bandits, that she'd say,
Easily done.
no, take it from me if you can. However, I also feel like she wouldn't be averse to running away and pelting him with arrows. He has a hammer that is almost as big as my character. Oh, we're now an apprentice. The twang of the bow and the scraping of arrow fletching are quite familiar to you. As a new apprentice marksman, holding the bowstring with a knocked arrow no longer fatigues you. Very good. For shield. For boots. I do like the way the leather boots looks, but let's see what the fur ones look like. It's the same amount of armor. Not bad. I prefer the leather. What about for shield? I do kind of like the look of that. Rough leather is 3. There is 2. There's only 1 pound weight difference, so I think I'll stick with the leather. I love these types of trees. My father had a lot of them. His property when we lived in Alaska. They did a good job texturing them. I think that was part of the Lushingati mod. To be honest, it's been a while since I installed the mods. I installed them maybe a year and a half ago. And then played through the game as a vampire assassin. That was pretty fun. And then I took a break for a few months, and then I tried restarting it and posting it on YouTube. That was right after I saw the announcement trailer for Skyblivion. But I wasn't able to finish the game. I was having trouble with my video editor, and then work, school, and family problems. Okay. And I think this is where we're going to stop the episode for today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and will join me for a future episode. Let me know if I need to adjust the brightness at all, or if I need to stop jerking the camera around.